Assalamu alaikum everyone. Today we're looking into Twitter. I was looking into Sonny Faz's video about Asmongold and that kind of caught my attention, so I made a Twitter account just to look at what's happening, and we're going to be looking into it. We'll start from this one because this one was from Sneeko. I know it's 4th of August, but I saw a little part of it where he called the Palestinians animals. My god. And talking about how he was they're using them for human shield or something like that. So I'm gonna take a look at this.
No blackmail, right? Well, you can't shoot these people, they have kids with them. Well, then don't bring your kids. If you don't want to get shot, then don't bring your fucking kids. It's really simple.
Don't bring your kids. These people are getting bombed in hospitals, man. You see what I'm saying? The last time I talked about him, I said he knows nothing about what's happening in Palestine and he's trying to get involved. And he's siding with the Benjamin Netanyahu. Like this guy, these are the type of people who are honestly filled with brain rot in their head. They know nothing. They get into politics. They're like, oh my god, October the 7th. Look what these Muslims did. But honestly, what's in their mind is these Muslims are dying. And they're like, yes, let's go. These people want us dead. These people honestly want us dead. They don't want anything to do with us. But they don't want to know the truth. All they care about is they see a Muslim die and they're happy for it. I'm going to be honest. We need to stop pleasing these type of people who celebrates our death. These are the people who don't want to understand, no matter how many truth you give it to them, they're just gonna push it aside and be like, nah, it's coming from a Muslim. I'm not gonna hear all that. These are the people who are just scumbags in general. They don't really care about humanity.
You'd shoot adults and deport the kids, right? Well, yeah, I'd shoot whoever. If it's kids, women, men, anybody, just shoot them. They're gonna stop coming over.
The man, woman, nice. That really shows your character. You're revealing yourself to be a really horrible person.
Because if you don't do that, they'll use children and women as shields to get themselves over. And
again, when they bomb kids, they bomb places where we have people from Palestine that came to our place. They hold videos. They have also books, and it was pretty gruesome. I saw a lot of kids that were like dead or dying. And it's disgusting for you to be able to say that it's nothing. Of course, it's easy for you to say that because you don't live in that world. Genuinely, I hope these people eventually will... I'm not going to say it because I don't think I should wish the worst. But I genuinely wish these people have experienced what these people in Palestine experience. Because look, they're eating well. They're earning so much money. And then they're just like brushing off things that are so hard for these people. We have so many orphans because of this war. And this happens because all they do is talk about October the 7th and their mindset is about all Muslims are terrorists. What happened? They have never looked at what happened since 1948, where the great catastrophe like the Great Nakba had occurred. These people just want to rant off because we believe in a different religion where our religion will always be seen as terrorists in their eyes, and they don't want to fix it. They don't want to see it themselves what our religion is really like.
Then they'll put more women and children at risk because they know that they can use them as collateral so they can get more of themselves over. That's the way it works. That's the way an animal thinks, and these people are animals.
And sorry to cut it off, I've seen most of his posts and it's very obvious he actually have hate towards Muslim. It's not Middle Eastern, it's Muslim as a whole. He would have those little jabs and nudges where he's like, oh, look at these people. And then I even watch him say, they're gonna implement Sharia. It's very obvious that he's against Muslim people. It's not that he doesn't care about the Middle Eastern people or things like that. No, it's the entirety of Muslim population, especially in America. Even though it's a tiny bit of the population, there's zero respect for this guy. Anyone who respects this guy, honestly, something is wrong with you. If you think a person like this is your influencer, that's crazy, bro. I am lost for words.
It's just the way it is. They're savages. Absolute fucking savages. Hamas tactics, yeah, terrorists.
Here's the thing. I have no opinions of Hamas because, first of all, we don't know the reality of their intentions and things like that, so I can't say anything. But in terms of going to their land, destroying their home, bombing their houses, what can we do? All we do is try to defend ourselves, and look at us, we are the terrorist. A person's hero is another person's villain. People who are trying to defend their home are being seen as terrorists. except for America. How many countries have America destroyed? And you guys are seen as the heroes because you control the media. You are on top of that media where you can press on who is bad and who is good. And people who are dumb like you see the world as black and white. And then these people who are intelligent, they would obviously use these facts and use it to control you guys, because you guys have no form of your own opinion, because you lack the intelligence to even create it or even study what actually really happens, seek the actual truth of what's going on in this current conflict. It's actually ridiculous. Look at this guy.
Of course you don't want to do that. Doesn't mean you want to do it. But you have to do what you need to do in order to enforce your borders, man. That's the way it is. People are too emotional to see that.
For us, we were told that he has created all of us equally. Nothing is superior besides the believer. How much faith he has in God. And he has created us in cultures for us to learn one another. And countries like this, how we've put ourselves, this is where we live, we can't go here, we can't go there. The world, we don't own the world. This was just controlled by the government so that they have better control. And they do. And it's not even most of the times they use it for bad. You can't lie. Back then, we had so many people doing trades, going across the lands. The Arabs would come to my land, do some trading, spread Islam, not by the sword, by words. And we became the largest population in terms of Muslim population in the world. And now these things can't even occur. You guys are stuck, controlled. Even the media is controlled to the point where your opinion is formed with what you see from what the government gives you.
Again, it's you can't make decisions that way, and I understand the way that I talk about this might be a little bit extreme. It might be a little bit
No, actually, it's not extreme. I think you're just stupid. I'm gonna be honest. You're actually really stupid.
Unemotional.
It's not even emotional. It's just being intellectually impaired.
I wish we had more people like me.
No, I don't wish people like you. Can you look at this guy and say you really respect this guy? Honestly, people who follow this guy, I'm not gonna lie, I seen what his room looks like. I watched his videos before. I used to like watching the guy. It was a bit entertaining. But when you look at his lifestyle, you look how he lives, you look at his house, mate, I think you have the same life as this guy, where you're just a bum at home and you're not doing anything. You're not even fixing your own house. It's a mess. And you should take privilege in actually owning a shelter and be responsible, because not many people have it. A lot of people deserve shelter that he has that people don't have, like the people he's talking about that's getting bombed.
I do. I wish we had more, because we got too many pussies that are too worried about the optics of something rather than the reality of it.
That's crazy. And then there was one video on top here. I wanted to
react to. $20. Quiet before too many people here. We all actually know Asmongold is terrible optics, right? The mess in Greece is too much.
He's one of the biggest streamers around. So I like him. He's our warlock. You ever see Live Free and Die Hard? You ever see that movie with Justin Long and Bruce Willis?
Yep.
Where it's like the fourth Die Hard movie.
Fuentes only likes him because he has more followers, more views. Has nothing to do with him being equipped to even talk politically.
Takes control over the city. And so how do they fight the hacker? Well, it's not like the old Die Hard movies where you run into the skyscraper.
I'm just hearing brain rot, but I think I'm just gonna end it off here. I think that was okay to discuss, but damn, that's so disgusting. Let me see the comments. Look, I'm not allowed, I can't make fun of appearances here, but I can't lie. Twitter is crazy. That's AI, by the way. Also, why didn't my country face this when the Arabs came for trade? Damn, that's disgusting. Anyways, thank you all for watching. I know it might be like a really short video. I can't really say much about this guy. It's really irritating to watch him talk, because it's like uneducated talking about something that's needs to have more depth to research. You know what? I think for the next video, I think I should look into more Palestinian content. I want to relook at the history, even though I've looked at it since 1948. I even looked at the Balfour Declaration, 1917, where these people were asking to make a settlement for the Jewish people to live, and which was agreed and said they will give Palestine. That was something that was interesting to watch. I also read the book called, what is it? The History of Central Banking and the Enslavement of mankind. That was really interesting with the secret society. I know you guys don't believe it, but to have a book FBI watched, that's kind of crazy. And there's some things that are, I guess, hard to chew, because I do believe in these things, the secret society, 100%. And people need to look at it more. But I had really talked about what was actually going on to Palestine as well. How they planned from the very beginning, far back in the 1900s, they planned to make the Muslim war. So this is what actually occurred. They first were right about the First World War. The Second World War was right. And look at now. They predicted that Muslims would fight, would have wars with Muslims. And this is exactly what's going. I recommend you guys read this book as well, because this is actually mind-blowing with how many information was in that book. And I think I will take a look into it again. And then, yeah, next video, that will be what I will be looking into, I think. I have to see first. I hope you guys have a good night. Thank you for watching.